very good evening to you. It's called white flight, but is it happening here in London? The phrase refers to white people leaving cities because they don't like immigrants settling in their neighbourhood. Well, BBC London has obtained new figures which do show rapid change in London's ethnic makeup. We've also been speaking to people who say white flight is happening, but are they right? In a moment we'll be discussing the issue, but first Gareth Furby has this report.
Are white people leaving parts of London? Trevor Phillips from the Equality and Human Rights Commission thinks they may be.
Virtually every big city, there are places where different kinds of people feel uncomfortable, whether that's Asians in so-called white areas or white people in so-called black areas. We know that white flight is accelerating.
So is Trevor Phillips right? Well, the census doesn't tell us much because it's too out of date. So we asked the government for some statistics it does collect every year on the population of London's primary schools.
Looking back 5 years, in every borough, the percentage of white British children has fallen. Across inner London, on average, under 22% of primary school children are white British. In Hackney and Tower Hamlets, it's under 15%. In Newham, under 12%.
Of course, this doesn't prove white flight. It may just be down to different birth rates, for example. But it does show change in London, and nowhere, it seems, may be changing faster than here.
The average fall across London since 2003 is just over 6%. In Barking and Dagenham, it's almost 3 times that figure.
I was 7 when the war broke out in 1939. This was soon after I got married, taken in 1953 in Malvern Drive. I was very happy. We were all very happy.
But after a lifetime here, Norma, who doesn't want to give her full name, is ready to leave.
Because Barking is not what Barking was. Nearly all the shops are foreign.
Why can't you mix with different cultures?
I do. I have mixed with different cultures. I mean, I've worked with some of these people and they've been absolutely lovely. But that doesn't mean to say I want to live cheek by jowl with them and slowly but surely find that I'm the only person left in an area where everybody else has moved away from, and that's what's going on.
The Isle of Wight is where Alf Young now lives.
They want to take over. That does annoy me.
He's left behind a lifetime in Dagenham.
The Indians, the Poles and all that all turned up, and they just took over. It wasn't Dagenham as I knew Dagenham years ago.
What do you mean?
Even in the football crowd, the knife's been pulled, seen it in the pub. I don't want to know.
More and more children moving into the schools who cannot speak a word of English.
Tony Richards is a former journalist and qualified barrister. He's staying in Barking, but wants something done.
And there's so many people who are in the process of selling their houses and moving. And I know a good many people who have moved, and I'm still in touch with them.
And they're white?
Oh yes, they're all, yeah, white British, yes.
But one expert